strong sense of fulfillment.
Right.
Through sharing the things
So you
he
don't
cares
trip
about
on it
with
and
others.
slip on it.
He has joined Toastmasters to help bridge these things together. He wants to use those skills to help him live his dream as a motivational speaker in the future. So this last interview was probably very useful for him.
It sure was.
Today, Jamiel will be giving his second speech in the Presentation Mastery Pathway. This path is designed to help build skills in writing and delivering a speech that really connects with his audience. This specific speech is all about receiving feedback on his structure and on his delivery. Then incorporating that feedback and improving the next time he gives a speech. Today, Jamiel is going to talk about some of the ideas he has picked up on his journey to live his life with positive intention. The speech is titled, All the Small Things, 5 to 7 minutes. Jamiel.
Thanks a lot, Scott. Good morning, everybody. I want to start my conversation with you this morning with a story. This is a story about a young father. This is a story about a man who went from being a swinging bachelor to finding a woman that he loves, adopting her 2 children from a very young age, and having one together. This is about a young father who went from a swinging bachelor to a father of 3 in the period of 2 years. So, this young father loved his family probably more than he even loved himself. Everybody was happy. This family was really great, but there was this underlying tension that was always felt. The kids loved Dad. Dad loved the kids. But at any moment, without question, maybe it's the kids playing too rough. Maybe it's them fighting with each other. Maybe it's hitting something and breaking something off the table. Dad would yell and go off the handle. This didn't happen very often, but the kids never really knew when this young father was going to go off the handle or when he wasn't. This kind of caused the kids to have a feeling of walking on eggshells and ultimately led to further behavioral problems. The dad saw this. This young father noticed that this was happening and wanted to do something about it. So he told himself that he's going to change. He's going to do something different. He's going to have a big family meeting with the kids and tell everybody things are going to be different now. And he did a couple of these big, huge things, but at the end of the day, nothing really changed. The behavioral problems got worse. The yelling got louder. Eventually, this young father had to realize, I need to do something different. He needs to change things up. So instead of doing these big, grand gestures, he realized that maybe in the moment when he wants to yell, he needs to do something different. He needs to take a step back, don't yell in that one specific moment. By doing that, this had an impact on the kids in that one specific moment. They didn't cry. They weren't as negatively impacted, and the dad could see that. That gave this young father so much hope that maybe I can continue to keep doing that and things will get better in the future. By doing that over a long period of time, it had a huge change. The relationship that this father now has with his kids, because of doing all of these little tiny things differently in the little moments, really changed the dynamic of this relationship. And that's really what I want to talk to you guys about today. I want to talk to you about and introduce you to the importance of all the small things and how actively looking for all of the small areas of positivity in the smallest moments can really drive this huge sense of hope and really make the biggest changes in life. So really when it comes down to it, we always hear this thing that there's light and dark, positive and negative, right? The yin and the yang. There's a balance between good and evil. And I agree with that. There's definitely a balance of positive and negative energy. But the quantities are not balanced. What I mean by that is, let's say that there's a big feeling, there's this huge rock of negativity that you have in your life, right? This big boulder of negativity. There's only one thing, but it has such a huge weight to it. It can really weigh you down. In order to balance out the power of that one negative, that big, huge boulder, it takes 1,000 little tiny pebbles of positivity to move the scales in the other direction, right? And really, it's up to the individual to go out and find those. These big, huge boulders of negativity, we don't need to go out and find them. They're just going to be, boom, plopped on us. They're going to be dropped on us without us doing anything about it. But really, in order to balance out that negative energy, we need to make an intention to go out and find all those little pieces of positivity, those little pebbles of positivity to help balance out the negative energies in our life. The more and more that we make these little efforts to find those little pebbles of positivity, we're going to realize how much better things start to work out for us. You know, those times of, like this father, in the times that he was having of feeling like he needed to yell, he realized that it was that rock holding him down and he didn't know what to do. So he looked out and found the beauty in how much love he had for the kids. That when he actually didn't yell and had a calm conversation with these kids, how they changed, that smile that they had on their face. And that drove this father to have hope and want to continue to keep doing more and more of these little tiny small things. That hope that we have by going out and finding all of these little things builds momentum. We can keep it going and going and going. And with that momentum drives the biggest changes. And really, this is a saying that means a lot. The smallest things that we do make the biggest changes. Just like now, these children don't have to walk on eggshells anymore. They're happier and they have a better relationship with their father. And I want to kind of end my conversation with you guys by coming clean. As if you didn't know, I'm that young father. And all of these little small things are things that I've done with my children. And this idea of using the little small things to overcome and make the biggest changes has had a profound impact on me. Recently, I used this idea of all of the small things to climb Mount Ida in Rocky Mountain National Park, just by taking one little step after the other, one next step. And I looked back and saw how far I had come, which gave me hope to go on. And I literally and figuratively stood at the top of the world. And so I challenge all of you to go out and find those small things and climb your own mountains.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.